At number 10 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Keizer Ghidorah from Godzilla Second Ongoing. It's also known as Godzilla history's greatest monster. If you've watched Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla pretty much gets wrecked by Keizer Ghidorah. Although Godzilla won when he receives energy from that mutant who has Keizer power, the comic version is pretty much the same, but with Keizer Ghidorah being depicted capable of flight. Keizer Ghidorah even did a death from above drop. The fight is only ruined when Rodan does his wing flap that decapitates Keizer Ghidorah's middle head. The wing flap would have been fine if it redirected one of Keizer Ghidorah's side heads to accidentally hit and decapitates the middle head when it fired. This is why this fight is at number 10. At number 9 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Zilla from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Referring again to Godzilla Final Wars, we all know how the Godzilla vs Zilla fight was depicted. Godzilla won the fight with 3 moves. Godzilla fires his atomic breath. Zilla jumps to attack. Godzilla counters with tail swipe, hitting Zilla. Godzilla fires his atomic breath to kill Zilla. This comic fight, however, is a much fairer depiction. Zilla using his speed to his advantage, while Godzilla uses his superior strength and range advantages over Zilla. The fight would have ended the same way if it weren't from some missiles that allowed Zilla to escape. At number 8 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Kiryu from Godzilla the Second Ongoing. If you are wondering why this is higher than the Godzilla vs Keizer Ghidorah fight, it's because this fight is much better thought of than the Godzilla vs Keizer Ghidorah fight. Not to mention there was no plot-induced stupidity in this fight. Kiryu actually put up a good fight. Still, Godzilla trashed Kiryu in the end. At number 7 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Hedorah from Godzilla the Second Ongoing. This fight has a lot of throwback from the movie Godzilla vs the Smug Monster. Granted, this fight was still depicted in a very fierce way. Not to mention Hedorah uses his ability to fly and bombard Godzilla with toxic sludge. And just like in Godzilla vs the Smug Monster, Godzilla uses his atomic breath to fly in order to ram Hedorah in the air, grounding him for a Godzilla mudhole stomping. At number 6 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Battra from Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters. I know a lot of people are going to mention that Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters sucks. I won't defend Kingdom of Monsters, but I will say why the Godzilla vs Battra is at number 6. Granted, Rodan is also in this fight, but Godzilla took him out easily. That it became a one-on-one fight between Godzilla and Battra. And a fierce fight it was. The fight ends when Godzilla's atomic breath collided with Battra's prism beam. Both of them were knocked out in the process, resulting in a draw. Still an epic fight for me, since they caused the ground to shake. At number 5 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla and Mothra vs Destoroyah from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Godzilla and Mothra usually teams up when they are fighting a monster that is capable of beating them one-on-one. Destoroyah is one of those monsters. Even in Rulers of Earth, Destoroyah is portrayed capable of harming Godzilla. Destoroyah's horn katana was able to cut Godzilla, weakening him in the process. Fortunately for Godzilla, Mothra decides to help him against Destoroyah. Even Mothra got cut by Destoroyah's horn katana. But because Mothra kept Destoroyah at bay, Godzilla recovered by absorbing energy from a downed nuclear sub. Godzilla then went on to beat Destoroyah. At number 4 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Mecha-King Ghidorah from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Now I know people are going to mention that Godzilla took on 4 Shower Mecha-Godzillas, but we all know Godzilla then gets taken away by Mecha-King Ghidorah afterwards. Technically, Godzilla is getting ganged up. Later on, Anguirus lends a helping hand to Godzilla to fight the Shower Mecha-Godzillas and Mecha-King Ghidorah. Godzilla even used Anguirus as a sort of medieval flail to whack Mecha-King Ghidorah. That is an unorthodox way of double teaming, which makes this fight epic. At number 3 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Biollante from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Biollante is one of those monsters that can give Godzilla an epic fight. This fight shows Biollante vine slapping Godzilla that puts him on the ground. Vine wrapping Godzilla. Vine slamming Godzilla. Let's not forget Biollante's acid spray on Godzilla. That actually hurts him. Another thing to mention is Biollante's ability to withstand Godzilla's atomic breath. Godzilla had to use his smarts to defeat Biollante in this fight. which Godzilla did when he ignited a volcano. The lava afterwards is what finished Biollante. At number 2 of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla and Spacegodzilla vs Trilopods from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. We saw Godzilla at times team up with monsters like Mothra, Anguirus, Rodan and etc. But we never saw him team up with one of his nemesis. Godzilla Rulers of Earth gave us a Godzilla and Spacegodzilla team up that has them fight the Trilopods. One of the Trilopods even acquired Spacegodzilla's powers, which made this fight a lot harder for Godzilla and Spacegodzilla. And after the Trilopod with Spacegodzilla's power was dealt with, Spacegodzilla tried to take advantage of the situation by killing a weakened Godzilla, which makes Spacegodzilla a treacherous villain. It's only the arrival of more Trilopods that stopped Spacegodzilla from killing Godzilla. It's obvious Spacegodzilla doesn't want the Trilopods to acquire his power. And at the number 1 spot of Epic Godzilla fights is Godzilla vs Magita from Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Was there any doubt? This obviously deserved the number 1 spot of Epic Godzilla fights. Magita is huge. He makes the other monsters look like peepsqueaks in comparison. This reminds me of the movie Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, where a lot of Earth's monsters had to team up to defeat King Ghidorah. Obvious King Ghidorah got beaten up by the Earth monsters. Just replace King Ghidorah with Magita, and this becomes Godzilla Rulers of Earth's version of Destroy All Monsters. The Earth monsters in Godzilla Rulers of Earth, however, couldn't even put a dent on Magita. Magita even withstood Godzilla's red atomic spiral ray. It's only when Godzilla did a sort of red atomic nuclear pulse inside of Magita was Magita finally taken out. And there you have it. The top 10 Epic Godzilla fights of the Godzilla Ongoing Comics.